he outside, he not happy. I'm outside and not happy. So that was the whole, process of. Okay. I'm sorry. Why your feelings be hurt like that? Okay. You're crying.
Chrisean Rock's nearly 2-year-old son, Christian Jesus Porter, who is still too little to walk, talk, or keep his head up by himself, was photographed with mom, raising concerns among fans. There has long been worry about his development. It has long been suspected that Christian's actions throughout her pregnancy are the cause of the delays. Her reluctance to acknowledge the gravity of the problem persists, and she frequently dismisses worries with distraction or denial. Her initial introduction of her son caused the uneasiness. One video in particular stirred quite powerful emotions: her 4-month-old child in her arms. However, a lot of viewers believe that the newborn's head control issues, lack of coordination, and frightening rather than cute vocalizations might point to a medical problem. With tears in her eyes, she lauded his brilliance and said she was happy to be a mother. One observer said that Christian appeared to be deeply deluded. They saw that her son was missing moments in his life. During tummy time, he should be raising his head and chest considering his age, but he doesn't move or smile. Christian claims that he is only affected by her and the smell of marijuana. His hand-eye coordination is poor, and he still makes harsh cat noises. On the internet, she seems to be reading criticism and trying to add remarks like, "He's so smart, but he's displaying signs typical of a newborn, not a child approaching 2." She is rescued by her followers, who assert that everything is okay. Even if something seems strange, some people contend that it might be inherited. Online, there are those who criticize others for impersonating unskilled medical personnel. The majority of those making judgments, they observe, have simply watched brief footage and are unfamiliar with her. A lot of parents raise kids with special needs. There is proof that she smoked and drank during her pregnancy. While this is typically unrelated to substance abuse, but the allegations of substance usage are more than just online rumors. Even the child's alleged father, Blueface, has voiced his worries in public. He said in a tweet, "My son is unhealthy as a result of being beaten, drinking, and smoking during her pregnancy. Even a month off was out of her reach." The internet swiftly linked the baby's problems to potential illnesses. Some people think the youngster may have fetal alcohol syndrome or Cri-du-chat syndrome. According to his strange sobbing sounds, his sorrow or suffering got greater when Christian defended her Blueface face tattoo on Instagram Live. Viewers were unable to ignore her son's constant sobs in the background, which sounded as if he were respiratory issues. Additionally, one mother said, "I've never heard a baby cry like that." Christian, however, did not halt the flow. She kept up her defense of her ink. As unbelievable as it may seem, Charleston White saw a problem before the baby was even born. He openly staked $5,000 on the baby's death and an additional $2,000 on the likelihood that he would be diagnosed with autism. Even if the remarks were severe and cruel at the time, many people are now questioning whether he was correct.
Blueface and Chrisean Rock have a baby. Let's start making bets now. Come on now, I'm calling. I got $5,000 that Chrisean Rock and Blueface have a baby. Baby gonna be dumb in the. They not gonna have a healthy baby. I got on it right now. I got 2,000. I got a side bet that the baby don't make it. I got a $2,000 side bet that they baby don't make it. Who want to bet? If it ain't gonna be, it's gonna be autistic. Or if it ain't be autistic, it's gonna be a mute baby.
Juan started sharing live videos of Junior online. The audience soon began to notice, too. Many started to picture the child's traits and compare them to those that are frequently linked to fetal alcohol syndrome. His features were a small head, narrow eye apertures, a low nasal bridge, and, perhaps most concerning, his low birth weight, delayed growth, and indications of potential speech and vision problems. These fears may cause the baby to cry out, frequently in high-pitched sounds that sound like screeches. Given his unwavering concentration and lack of eye movement, some observers have even speculated that Chrisean Jr. might be blind. However, it is noteworthy that no medical expert has endorsed any of these viewpoints. Everything is still just conjecture at this point. Christian has repeatedly denied the allegations, calling them online rumors, and insists that her son's actions are normal for a newborn of his age.
Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest. But I like this, bro. You know why? Cause all the glory to God, bro. Like, they're gonna be looking real stupid.
A new video of Junior was published, raising concerns about his development once more. The fact that this child is nearly 2 years old must be remembered. A quick internet search suggests that a child should be able to identify familiar items by this age. Observe basic instructions, such as picking up the toy, moving upstairs, and running while maintaining your balance. Even putting together simple two-word statements is possible. But once more, there are grave concerns raised by this most recent video of Junior. Thus, how does a Christian answer a lot of criticism? According to her, her son is doing well. But not everyone is on the same page. According to a disgruntled viewer, Chrisean Rock enrages them because, in their opinion, her child needs immediate medical attention. However, admitting that would include her owning up to the poor decisions she made throughout her pregnancy, something the commenter says she doesn't appear to want to do. Blueface has also expressed his belief that the true problem is this refusal to accept responsibility. Making frequent references to Christian as an unsuitable mother, she was specifically blamed for Junior's hernia surgery, which he said she repeatedly postponed to serve her personal interests. Remarkably, Christian is not the only one in this situation who is receiving criticism. Rather than putting the child's welfare first, many are wondering why Blueface posted their son's medical condition on social media in the first place, as if to embarrass Christian.
Of the hernia, because that blew the internet up.
It was taking too long. It was taking too long.
What was?
The hernia.
For her to get care.
Yeah, it was taking way too long. I wasn't notified until maybe a week after she had the baby. And then I'm telling her, like, how she sent me the picture and I'm looking like, how is this okay for you? Like,
when he posted that, I didn't look at the photo because
put my feet up, though.
You sent him the photo because what? Like, explain.
This is his son, y'all. I'm like, he texted my phone about, you doing this, little baby. I'm like, bro, your son is about to go under anesthesia for a big hernia. Can I just at least get a little bit, break? Like, do you care about our son's life right now, bro? Like, this what it looks like. I'm not capping.
Blueface's mother, Carissa, recently discussed in an interview how her grandson's illness affected her. When she first saw him, she revealed she was seriously skeptical of his vision since she couldn't tell if he was looking at her or into space. Her statement, "It broke my heart, made me feel a little sad when I first saw it." Despite their difficulties, she made it plain that she loves all of her grandchildren, even if she acknowledged that it was somewhat painful to see Junior in that restaurant and not know where he was looking. However, she reminded herself, as long as he can, cry, laugh, and giggle. He still has the capacity to make other people happy. Internet users are demanding that Junior receive the appropriate care when it was discovered that he is blind in both eyes, a diagnosis that even Carissa herself attests to. She claimed she had to view the video again of Christian in the restaurant attempting to serve him mashed potatoes. Neither was the infant opening his mouth nor reaching for the spoon. Now it's evident. He didn't blink or follow anything, just stared blankly. That was a catastrophe. Everyone was aware of the problem. Although Christian did once mention in passing at a seize that makes you cry uncontrollably, she never specifically affirmed anything. It's Carissa who has spoken the truth. Due to Christian's prior behavior, the situation has caused sympathy for the child. During her pregnancy, she was featured on her show and in public consuming drugs and alcohol. She seems to have a deep-rooted denial. The child frightens onlookers with its big, unblinking eyes and seeming weakness. He clearly needs medical help and physical therapy, but his mother hasn't come to terms with it yet. Despite Christian's belief that things will improve over time, experts contend that the symptoms will only become worse, stronger as he ages. As if that weren't enough, the story continues. Junior was cared for by Christian's best friend, Marsh, while she was in prison. Christian got angry when she found out that Marsh was planning to take him to the hospital due to his condition. According to texts made public, Marsh explained that she had agreed to watch Junior in return for assistance, but that neither supplies nor funds ever came through. Junior had nothing but the clothes on his back, no blanket, no bottles, no milk, and no car seat. Despite her best efforts to hide it, Marsh felt abandoned because she had to care for her own child, especially after spending a lot of time aiding her friend's son. According to Marsh, Junior kept spitting up, which meant he needed medical treatment. Her sister became worried and offered to assist. Apparently, when Christian found out, she became angry. Eventually, someone had to step in and remove Junior from Marsh's sister. Marsh claimed that Christian was more concerned with hiding his condition than actually helping the baby. She even created fake images to make Junior appear healthy for social media. Marsh asserted that she had always kept an eye on Christian's Reddit behavior. As she updated her posts, Christian used phrases like, "They're saying he can't walk or hold himself up. I'll upload a picture of him using a walker." But Marsh would respond, "Christian, he can't though." Her delusions were demonstrated by Christian's statement, which said, "I need to convince them that he can, or else they'll blame it on my drinking, even though I wasn't drinking that much." She consistently avoids giving him the attention he requires. Not long ago, I went to an event with Junior, who, even though he was over 2 years old, he was still clearly struggling to hold his head up, a skill that most children master well before their time. Instead of acknowledging the issue or actively seeking help, Christians have opted for an alternative route that leans more on spirituality. She has been enjoying a spiritual journey and discovering God in public. However, a lot of supporters think it is a distraction from the real issue. A heartbroken viewer commented, "This is so sad, Christian," adding, "There are literally people who could help your son." "Why isn't Christian in jail for what she did to her baby during pregnancy?" inquired another. "That's absurd, and I'm not a